Radio YouTube, so I got this Volvo S60 to spray this morning. Got a quarter panel and a blend on the door, just a really relatively small repair on the quarter, but decided to flip the door in at the same time. Make sure the colour looks good, just blend it in. Like, the colour is actually quite good. I did mix and check, so I didn't actually have to colour match this one because it was really, great off the machine. Honestly, I probably could have being where it is and the angles that it sits on, like they're on a slightly different angle. I probably could have gone edge to edge with this colour without blending that door, but for what it's worth, mate, it doesn't take long. This one here is for a car yard actually, and had it have been an insurance job, we may have taken this moulding off of this door. But I just said to him, man, if you think you're going to break it, like risk bending or breaking it or breaking clips, I said just leave it, man. I've got a nice big gap there. I should be fine to mask it. And he said to get that tail light, he reckons he's going to have to take the whole bumper off, the bumper cover off, something like that. Don't worry about it, mate. Just release it for me. So I've got a bit of a gap there, and work around it. So being a car yard job, it is covered in silicone. The whole car, it's just like a silicone bomb. That's what I call them anyway. So I wiped the entire, the area that I'm spraying down with some thinners prior to even prepping, and I'm prep soling it, or wax and grease removering it, prior to masking, which is a step I don't usually do, which you guys will probably know by now. But I just find on a normal job that it hasn't been covered in silicone, it's just an extra step that's not necessary. But as I say, when the car's been covered in silicone like this, clean them down as much as you can. And the lesson of that is just don't cover your cars in silicone. It's not necessary. I know why they do it, like it makes all the rubbers and everything look nice and shiny and greasy and slippery. But it's just a temporary thing, you know, it doesn't last forever. Give the car a few washes or, a couple of months of time, it'll all be gone. Well, most of it anyway. Yeah, look, if I wasn't a painter, I probably would cover my cars with silicone, because it does, like, especially on the tires. But even on the tires, man, I don't tire black my cars anymore. Have a look at that. That's all the dust attracting. There must have been something written on this door. It's like drive, and then it's got a phone number. Gunny the detective, mate. Dusting for prints. How's that? I was telling the boys yesterday at morning tea that I used to work with this panel beater, and he was in, when I was working with him, he was like mid to late 40s, and when he was in his 20s, he got himself into a bit of trouble with the law, breaking the law. But anyway, the long and the short of it was that his fingerprints were on record. And then years later, when I was still working, when I was working with him when he's in his 40s, he got a call from the cops, and there was like a car found stolen in Geelong. We were living in Melbourne, so it's like an hour away from where he was living. And yeah, they're like, mate, we reckon you've stolen this car, your fingerprints are all over it. And he's like, oh no. Cops are coming all up to his house in Melbourne and everything. Full didn't believe him. He's like, I'm a panel beater, like I work on cars, because they found his prints all through the boot jams of this car. He's like, I'm a panel beater, I work on cars all the time. Obviously it's just a car that I've repaired. And yeah, they were being like pretty bad about it, but anyway, long and the short of it, he got away with it. But yeah, I don't know, I thought that was a funny story anyway. So yeah, I got these two SATA Jet 5500Xs from Spray Guns Direct recently, and 2 of them with defective spray guns out of the box, brand new. The brand new SATA Jet X5500 RPs. So one of them flat out defective out of the box, 1.30. So the new SATAs have got like 2 fan patterns, I and O. So the 1.2i out of the box was fine, and it sprays okay. I think I might even use it for this job, but like just for clear. But the 1.20 has just got a flat out defective fan on it, and the 1.3i fluid tip setup, which was sent out as an extra that I can just transfer over to the other gun, flat out defective out of the box, like really bad. The 1.20 was like absolutely, you would never use it. And the 1.3i, yeah. But yeah, that's like, man, I've always praised SATAs for their build quality. What's up, Frank?
I took a 400 off your trolley because we haven't got another roll.
No, that's alright, just write it on the board, that's fine.
Yeah, hasn't been left on the board yet?
Frank, sorry, Jeff usually looks at them and he's usually on top of it, but just write it on. It's on the board, is it?
I'm not sure, I'm gonna have a look.
Just go, yeah, put it on there, no biggie, Matt, that's fine. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, like that's one thing I've always been praising SATA for, is their build quality, but I don't know, man, like, yeah, it's kind of tainted the name for me. I honestly, like I was saying to the guys, that old dude, Frankie, and Alan yesterday, like we sit together in the morning tea room and have smoke and lunch together, and I was saying to him, man, I don't want to make this review because there's already some like it's obviously just a small percentage, but enough to, like, I'm at the point where I can't be bothered with any haters, just not in the mood. I don't want to give them any fuel to hate on me, and I was tempted like not to make a review on it, not to say anything about it, because I just couldn't be bothered with it. But then there's the other side of it, is I think people deserve to know. At the end of the day, they're just my, well, not the defective guns aren't my opinion, but my opinions on SATAs are just my opinions. Like, why would you don't need to take my opinion so seriously. Like, if you're that insecure that someone else's opinion makes you so angry, then maybe you need to look inwards, not outwards, you know. If you love your SATAs, then good on you, go for it. I'm not telling you not to use them, I'm just saying that personally they're not my favourite spray guns. I don't like where your pressure is adjusted from. I find it completely unnatural to adjust the pressure on a SATA Jet. The gun's here, and look, there's nothing natural about putting your hand around on this kind of an angle, whereas on a DeVilbiss and most other guns, that just looks and feels natural. And as I was saying to the guys yesterday at morning tea, what's the setting on your gun that's most likely going to need to be changed on the fly? It's your pressure. Once you set your fan, that's usually set and forget. Once you set your fluid, that's usually set and forget. As I say, usually, sometimes you might want to adjust it on the fly. But yeah, I don't like the design of the SATAs, as well as I find usually they put a little bit more fluid on than I prefer. I prefer a bit more control on what goes where, the amount of paint that goes exactly where. So it's not like some of your other guns can't get that amount of paint on, but just I prefer the control of my DeVilbisses usually. However, this is the sad thing about it, is that I actually like the way the 1.2i sprays. I seem to get a bit more control out of it. The fan is a little bit smaller, but then there's the other side of it. I'm like, it sprays like the DeVilbiss 110, I feel it does, T110, and it's like, well, the gun's a fair bit more expensive than the T110. Why would I recommend that over a T110 that's nearly half the price? So you got that side of it too. and especially with these build quality questions looming after what I just said with the 2 defective guns I got. Come on. Oh, you are shot. Yep. Yeah. Oh well, haters gonna hate, and that was like the decider for me. It's like, you know what, me making this video or not making this video on the SATAs, the people that just flat out hate me, it's not gonna stop them anyway. So yeah, it wouldn't, and even me making a full flat out positive review, the people that are gonna hate me are gonna hate me. So just keep it real to the peeps, the real peeps. When possible, I like to get like right up under there and lift it up, so we've got a bit of an edge there now. Starting to get a bit warmer this time of year, which is nice. Good paint drying weather. Get in there. Moving right along. Yeah, like I used to spend so long taping down these bloody rubbers, and then I just got to the point, you know what, this is just a waste of time. Just flat out backmasking them like this, it's more than enough to do that. And you just don't overload the colour, or sorry, the clear onto that edge. That's fine, all you need. Might look a bit messy, but that's all it's gonna need. Trust me, I've done this before. See how that tape's not sticking? That's all the silicone. That's gonna be just fine there, Gunners. And yeah, like talking about the defective SATAs, like I just want to make it very clear to you guys that I have a lot more to lose than I do have to gain by making negative reviews. Like I've got really nothing to gain by bagging a product out, but I've got not everything to lose, but I do stand to lose. Plus, like, you know, I don't think SATA are gonna like it. They're gonna hate me. You know, as I say, like the SATA fanboys, they're gonna hate me for saying it, and you know, they'll be like, "Oh, you should have just got a return one." But returning it and getting a new one isn't gonna stop the fact that they are out there, and I would still to do a review, even if I got a new one, so I could actually see how they spray properly. It's not gonna change the fact that they've got some defective guns out there, even if they're the only two ever made. There's two out there, you know. There's one gun there, totally useless to me. I was thinking of giving it away, but I don't know, just feel bad giving someone something like this broken like that. You could probably most likely get a kit for it though. Get the needle and tip kit. I don't know, man, Rightio YouTube, so back to this job. If the video cut out halfway through the last one, I apologise. Battery either ran out or the cam overheated. It's warming up this time of year, which is great in one sense, that it's nice painting weather, and I don't like it when it's too cold. Well, the only consolation prize that we get here in Australia, for me anyway, in the winter, which is a bit of a piss poor winter, I must admit, but it's still cold, you know. I think that once it's cold, it's cold. It doesn't matter if it's like -30 or it's, you know, 5 degrees, it's cold, you know. But yeah, the one consolation prize for me is we get footy, so sort of takes away from the fact that you can't go outside and play. Yeah, no, it's all good. So yeah, just got this S60 in here. It's a car yard job, and it's got to go today. Well, boss wants it to go today. We have got it until Friday, need be. He said just, you know, with these car yarders, we like to get them in and out, and yeah, keep them happy, because you know, they want to sell the cars, so can't sell them if they don't have them. I don't mind doing car yard work. It's something that's I don't know, some people don't like, and some people don't like the fact that other people do it, which I say whatever, you know. I don't mind doing a spot repair here and there. I don't mind masking up a trim if I have to. The way I see it is, it's going to get done whether or not it's me that's doing it. So if I do it, at least I can do it to a reasonable quality, you know, like things like using that fine line tape that you see me put there. You know, even just getting the panel beater to release the tail light rather than just trying to mask it up, even though the tail light does touch the quarter panel. Yeah, I don't know. It's all good. It's just work at the end of the day. Some people need to realise that there's many worse things going on around the world than someone painting a car for a car yard. It's not the end of the world, mate, you know. So yeah, the colour was really good actually. I did mix and check it. Always check my colours. Barely even needed a blend. Hindsight, I probably would have been able to just chop it off here and keep it low, but door was already pressed up, so I'll take it. If you've given a blend by the boss, I'll always take it. Usually. Sometimes I won't. Just specific colours, like I did a Soul Red Crystal job. It was a roof job recently, and they had quarter blends, and I'm like, man, it's going to be easier because I know that colour's really good in standoff. So I just said it's going to make my life easier just to do just the roof. And as it turned out, the colour was perfect, and it just saved blending that candy colour, 3-stage candy style colour. I'm not even sure if it is like a real candy or not. The tinters that we put in them aren't standard tinters, I know that. I've got a KA next to them, it's like KA 672 or something like that, so yeah, I think they're candy. Yeah, I might actually get to editing that one this weekend. Well, I think I edited that Soul Red Crystal roof. I think I edited it last weekend, but didn't do the voiceover. Sometimes I'm just not in the mood, so I'm happy to sit there and do the editing on some videos from the main channel, but just not in the mood for narration. So sometimes I get like 3 or 4 videos edited, and then like the next weekend I'll be in the mood for talking, and I'll get like 3 or 4 the ones that I've edited all narrated up. Anyway, get this recipe on and shut your mouth, Gunny. Yeah, like this respirator here, best on the market, mate. I reckon anyway. Full glass visor, so you don't lose, well, much if any vision. So really good vision through them. Air fed, so you're not breathing in any nasties. It's got actually got the SATA jet belt on, just because Spray Guns Direct sent that one out. They were feeling bad about my health because I was, previous job I was working at using water, and the water clogs the boost filters up. So the overspray was hanging around, but they didn't have a air fed setup. So yeah, Spray Guns Direct sent me out something just to get me through. I'm very thankful of that. They didn't do that for any sponsorship or anything. They just felt bad that they felt that my health was sort of at risk, and I did too. So yeah, pretty good coverage as you see. That's just one coat. Gotta love this DV1, man, honestly. It's bullshit aside, the best base coat gun I've ever used. It's just effortless. It really just seems there is no effort required to blend, to get silvers, to get metallics just looking, these kind of colours just looking perfect. This job before I prepped it, I prep sold it before I masked it, I prep sold it after I masked it, and still getting silicone all through it. So that's just going to need one more coat of this colour. So there's a bit of a return on this line. I think it sort of stops around there, so if I keep that colour nice and tight inside there, keep it away from the bumper, keep it away from the tops of these doors and quarter panel, should be a nice little repair. And fingers crossed that that clear is not going to silicone up too much on me. I'm expecting a little bit, but this is the kind of colour that will actually change when you get your clear on it. It looks a touch blue. When you clear these kinds of gold, like silvery gold, it will actually bring that yellow back up out of them.
I'm not going to panic if it looks just a touch blue before I clear it. This goes effortless, mate. This DV1, love it. So I've got heaps of colour left. I mixed up 250 mils just for a bit of accuracy in the mix. I knew I wouldn't need much. Honestly, I'll probably use 50 mils of colour there. But if I had mixed 50 mils up, it would have been so inaccurate, and you can't match 50 mils. Anyway, I'm going to go mix that clear up, and I'll see you back here in 5 gunners.
Rightio YouTube, so yeah, back to it. Gonna smash this clear down, and you know what? I'm done with SATA. I just decided, man, I don't even know if I ever want to use another SATA again. After having these defective SATAs,
yeah, having defective SATAs, not liking the way they're designed, like that's easy, that works, you know, adjusting your pressure like that, it just feels natural. Reaching your hand up around here, and then every time I try to do that, I feel like I'm either going to pop my shoulder out or get a cramp in my bloody hand. That's right, it feels right. More efficient. Well, the 1.2i that I was using, I found was pretty efficient. You know what, that might need a bit of a tacky. Yeah, bit of metallic sitting up there. Yeah, I found the 1.2i SATA 5500 actually sprayed nicer than any other SATA I've used. More efficient and just a bit of a finer spray on it. But I just don't like a few of the features on it. And after having those defective SATAs, it sort of tainted the brand for me. Haven't used this base for a while actually. It's been sitting there while I've been using the high water and trialing this SATA jet. Feels good to be back, like an old friend. I may have left you, but you never left me. Fingers crossed I'm not going to get so much silicone in this clear with all the silicone cleaner they put on this from the car yard. I'm going to give that a few minutes to flash off between coats. So yeah, bear with me for a minute there, gunners. Yeah, I've got a couple of bits here, nothing major. Fingers crossed it stays that way. The door doesn't look too bad. Nothing jumping out at me as of yet. That colour looks like it blended quite nice. In fact, it did. Really nice. DV1, baby. That's got to be my base coat gun for quite some time now. I just hope they don't go too high with the price. I want it to be affordable like the Pro Light. I want more people to have the DV1 I'm talking about. I want it to be an accessible gun. I don't want it to be like that $1,000 gun that not everyone can afford. But that's actually looking quite nice. So yeah, may as well keep this cam on for the minute or two that I'm waiting. So I use fast hardener as usual. And it's starting to flash off, but we might give it a little bit longer. But yeah, just Pro Light, mate. I don't know, it just does everything you need it to do. It gets the right amount of paint in the right spots. I like the gooseneck on it. I don't like the sort of, I don't know, bulldog nose type design of the SATA. It just feels like your hand's too close to the panel. I guess that if you're familiar with that gun, well then it's not going to be as much of an issue, but most guns that I've used, like even your Iwaters, they've got that gooseneck on it, so it gives that bit of reach out onto the panel and you can kind of see what you're doing a bit easier. But I would probably find it pretty hard to get a coat of clear like that on with a SATA jet. They're really nice and fine, just really tight orange peel. It's not like thick and chunky, that's what I want to do with my first coat. I don't want it on too wet, you know. We want it to flash off nice and quick. We'll go on a little bit wetter with our second coat, but I don't know, I just find them a better gun than the SATAs. So price aside, all that shit aside, I find the Pro Lights are better than the SATA 5000. And if you disagree, that's fine. You don't have to agree with me, you know. Make a YouTube video on how you think the SATAs are better than the DeVilbiss. That's all good. Like, yeah, let's just get this next coat down. I just feel straight up like I've got 100% control over how much paint I get onto this panel. If I want to slow down a touch and get more of a Euro finish, I can. If I want to speed up and get a Mazda finish, I can. Not going through excessive materials. I can be confident I'm not going to get great big staggers in it. I'm not going to get big runs. Yeah, I mixed up 300 mils of clear for this job. If I was using my SATA P0 1.20, probably would have run out. That was the perfect amount. As I say, it's just, how can you fault that finish, you know? There might be a nib or two, there might be a small piece of silicone up here, but that's not the gun's fault, you know? Anyway, like, yeah, that's an open close case, mate. We're going to give it a quick bake. We're going to give it 1 or 2 little nibs here and there, and the job's out the door.
So yeah, good old Pro Light, mate. You can't look past them. And as I say, I'm done with SATA. Sorry, I really don't want to stir the pot any more than necessary. I know the SATA fanboys are going to hate me, but they already do. I know SATA themselves aren't going to like it, but I don't think they already like me. So yeah, there you go, gunners. I'll see you in the next one. Get out there and paint some shit.